First one, I delivered newspapers.
Oh, wow.
And newspapers are no longer a thing.
No.
Can I have a Leafs jersey? Because he thought I would get upset.
Yeah.
I said, dude, you can have whatever jersey you want.
That's so funny.
The Break Talk, we taking it to another level. Better get ready with your host, Adam and Loretto. The dopest show that you ever heard, ever seen. The podcast about nothing and everything. Yeah. Break the Break Talk. Yeah. Break the Break Talk.
Welcome back to the Break Talk. Our first guest of this entire series is no one other than my old man, Mr. Ralph Cerasuolo. Welcome.
Who happens, by the way, to be a Bruins fan, which, how ironic, because apparently the word on the street is that they both decided to become fans in the late 2010s when they won the cup, and they just kept going
true.
Stanley Cup final appearances. I don't know if that's true, but that's the word on the street.
I call bullshit. You're just making it up as you go. But that's okay. I can fill you in on the history.
Yeah, so welcome. So obviously, lots to talk about today. Face of the school, and lots of other things. But I think the main goal of today is to get to know you from a different level. You know, you're always surrounded by so much business and big spotlight. I think people and us, for example, we want to know, where did this all come from? Who you are, and learn lots about you, right? So take us through where it all started.
Okay, well, that's hard to pinpoint. That's, I guess, okay, I'll start off by saying, whenever I introduce myself as an electrician. That's where I started. That's what I am. That's what I'll always be. I'm a tradesman. It was never an academic. And, I didn't want to go to university. I had never aspired to go to anything post-secondary. Admired my dad, loved what he did. I thought he was the coolest guy on the earth. And I just, he was in construction, so I wanted to be in construction.
Yeah.
And I was always a hands-on guy. I was the kid in the backyard. I was the guy, like digging in the dirt or whatever, just getting dirty.
Messy.
Getting dirty.
Yeah.
And trades are exactly that. You get dirty.
Absolutely.
You get your hands on it. That was it. That's where it all started.
So when did you decide? I mean, obviously at a very young age, you decided, hey, this is kind of my field. I want to work with my hands. When did you decide, you know what, I'm going to go down the electrician route? And when did you kind of start getting into being an electrician and stuff like that? What age did you decide, this is probably what I'm going to do?
I was, like I said, my dad was a big influence in my life, and you're in high school, and everybody can relate to, at one point you say, okay, well, what am I going to do after high school?
Exactly. Yeah.
And you either are making the decision of pursuing a academic path, which is I'm going to university and I want to pursue a career path, something that comes out of university or college or private school of some sort, but it's school, and I did not want to go to school.
Yeah.
And of course, the best story that I tell is I had 2 jobs in my life. Mm-hmm. And you guys won't relate to the first one because the first one I delivered newspapers.
Oh, wow.
And newspapers are no longer a thing,
no,
right?
No.
So I think they're still a thing.
I don't know.
I don't think that there's someone with a bike fucking reaching out of their basket and chucking it.
It's called Instagram now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
So when I was a kid, your first job delivering a newspaper was a very normal thing.
I didn't even fucking know that about you.
Yeah,
to be
it was-
honest.
yeah,
with you.
it was-
I had no idea.
It wasn't like, you got paid really well. It was just an easy job.
Yeah.
You had a bike, got a bag, you delivered papers, you collect money at the end of the week, and that's your job.
Right.
And so you do that in your neighborhood, and that was, I was 14.
Gotcha.
Make a few bucks, right?
What would you get paid for something like that? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was how many papers you got delivered.
Oh, like piecework.
So piecework. Piecework. It was piecework. You know, and they used to abuse kids that
Wow.
way. They
So those kids were hustling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the hustle was, okay, well, how do I get a lot of
Right.
newspapers to deliver? And so back when I was a kid, there was, especially in Woodbridge, because I grew up in Woodbridge, there was two papers. It was the Corriere Canadese, which is the Italian
the
paper
Italian
for
one, yeah.
for the wops in the neighborhood.
Yep.
And then there was the Woodbridge Liberal, right?
Okay.
And there was a lot of cakes. A lot more cakes than there were Italians at the time. So we
Woodbridge?
delivered both of them in Woodbridge, yeah.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, because Woodbridge was a farming community. It
Yeah.
was predominantly white. And Italians were just moving in,
Yeah.
right? So at any rate, me and my siblings, we got the route for both.
Oh,
And
nice.
the Italian paper, there was, I swear, 20. So you didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? But the Woodbridge Liberal, well, it was like if there was, let's just say in our neighborhood, 5,000 people or whatever the case was. I don't think it was that high, but regardless, they would ask you, how many papers you want to take? And I go, well, how many you got?
Yeah.
Right? And he goes, well, let's see how much you can handle.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, well, what's the most you'll give me? He goes, 200. And I said, give me 350. Right? And 350 would give you, I think he used to pay like, if I'm not mistaken, 25 cents or something like that.
Like a paper?
A paper.
Okay.
Okay.
Because right? Like it was, and now you do the math.
And you deliver, let's say 200. Who's got quick math here? 25.
No, that's crazy math.
Lefty,
Yeah.
lefty, you got the math
We
going?
need the math going here quickly. So 25 cents.
What's the proof that you actually got rid of those 350 newspapers?
Great question, because that's where the story
$87
goes.
is the exact
Okay.
amount. And that's about, what would you chop it, like an hour? Like 8 hours, 9 hours?
No
how long were
way.
you there?
Okay, well, that's where the
That's a
story.
lot of papers,
That's
man.
that's where the
Okay.
story gets interesting.
Okay.
So they would drop the papers on our driveway.
Yeah.
And then they'd say, because the Woodbridge Liberal, the reason why they had so many more, it wasn't a subscription. It was everybody got it.
Oh,
Everybody got
Okay,
it.
gotcha.
So whether you paid for it or not, it's on your
It's on your. It's
driveway.
coming. It's
Gotcha.
coming, right? And they would deliver the papers in a bundle, and then they'd give you a bag of bags because if it's raining, you have to bag them.
Oh, so
So
you
if
must
it wasn't
hate
raining, you could just chuck
You
it.
just
Yeah.
toss them.
Oh shit!
I call in sick on the rainy days. Yeah, that's the extra work. Put it in the bag.
I'll do you one better. I used to throw them in the garbage.
What the fuck?
I used to grab the papers, and they would disappear.
Yeah.
And then they go, "Everything good?" I go, "Everything's good. I need more."
So there was actually no way of tracking it.
Because there's no subscription. So think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah, literally.
Think about it. So he goes, if there's a subscription where I got to collect money in the Italian paper, you have to pay for it.
Right. So they're expecting it. They're like, where the fuck's my paper?
And if
Right.
they don't get it, they go, hey man, I'm not paying for that paper. And by the way, I'm upset.
So there was a cheat code
For Woodbridge Liberal.
for the
So the Italian paper, we delivered.
Yeah,
And
you
there
can.
wasn't that many.
They're expecting the
Yeah,
Italians.
they're
they
like,
want
hey,
it.
you might
as well
They
do a little
want
bit of
it.
work.
My
You're
dad
fucking-
still uses the newspaper, dude. Yeah, sometimes.
Anyway, so I think that lasted for about maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months.
Yeah.
And then they just
realized fucking
they go,
Fat
"This-
Ralph was
how-
delivering
how's this
500
kid-
things.
How's this kid throwing all these papers? It's
Yeah.
like
They had to keep an
go
eye on
check,
you.
Go check on the kid. Go check on the kid.
No way.
And there's
He
no
doesn't even
paper.
know how to ride his fucking bike, probably. He probably didn't even know how to fucking ride it.
Anyway, needless to
that's
say,
hilarious.
they just said, we're not going to bring you any more papers.
Yeah, you're done. That's hilarious.
And then I didn't work for a little while. Like, just kind of said, okay, I'll take a break. I got take a little hiatus. And then the next step was going to work for my pops and at the shop and just helping out and then, like busting to the shop and, putting in a few hours every night, loading vans, gassing them up. And that was it.
going from
Those were my two jobs.
Yeah.
I had paper route and then electrician.
Would you say you
which
got fired?
was more of a shop.
Yeah.
Did you get fired from that
Oh yeah,
newspaper? So you did?
yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Yeah,
They didn't even
that's
get fired
funny.
from that.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, yeah, you're scamming them. Like,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
Well, that's what it
You
was.
probably weren't really liked in the neighborhood then.
You know what? I didn't care. Like,
You made your money.
Like really.
He made his money.
Like really.
If that company ever checked the garbage, it's like,
Yeah.
how's it 350 newspapers into garbage?
They didn't even like listen. No one even knew you were delivering the paper.
Yeah, they didn't see the
Like
face.
they had no idea. They just
Yeah.
saw a kid riding around once in a while.
yeah.
You know, like with the Italian paper, and he goes, "Where's the other paper?" And anyway, it was never even even a thing. It just
Yeah.
went away. It just went away. So,
funny.
but anyway, those are the first two jobs, and then of course the electrical job, which was kind of a shop job first, and then just I loved going there, and I loved just like, you know, getting my hands in it and tell me what you want me to do, and you're paying me, and I think at the time, just to give you a little, let's say, kind of an idea of what you earned back then was, I think I was like minimum wage was $6. I think it was $6 an hour.
Wow.
Like $5.50, $6, give or take.
Yeah.
And that's what I earned, you know.
Yeah.
And it was normal. It was like, that was good money.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
good
yeah,
money.
yeah.
It was good money, and then went in, put in 2-3 hours a night, whatever it was, and the best part was I got to drive trucks,
Yes.
right?
You didn't have your license.
No, back then,
no, I was
back then
15.
it was
Yeah.
50. Yeah. Back
I
then,
was
that's
15.
how it was. Yeah.
So it was like,
absolutely.
okay, just go across the street to the gas station.
Yeah.
Go slow. And then,
Turn the
then you
radio
got a
up
little
a
more
little bit.
courageous,
Yeah.
a little more courageous. And so I was driving, and I was working, and then I went home and went to school. A couple times he would come bother me at night, and he would say, hey, you can miss school today? And I go, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And he goes, oh, come help
Yeah.
me. And my mom didn't care. She didn't care.
Yeah.
And of course,
She
my
knew
older
your path.
yeah,
Yeah.
My older brother was university bound. My sister was, she was in restaurants. She used to work as a hostess, so she was in that space for that time, and I just wanted to work in construction. That was it.
Yeah.
The Break Talk podcast is brought to you by Skilled Trades College. Looking to get involved with the trades but don't know where to start? Where can you find all the info, Loretto?
Head over to skilledtradescollege.ca and get the skills to pay the bills.
So let's dive into a little bit of like who you are, Ralph, right? Let's take in that section and stuff like that. We know you're big into music and you love your music and your classic rock and stuff like that. Who are now even back then or now, who are your go-to artists now? Whether you're happy, sad, mad, whatever the mood is, who are those go-to artists for you now?
Okay, so I'm one of those guys that obviously I have like classic rock is what I grew up with.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's something that it whenever I hear it, it brings you back.
Exactly.
And that's what music does, right?
Nostalgic, yeah.
But I have always been one of those guys. I'm very eclectic in the sense of I love everything.
Okay.
I'm not I remember when I was a kid when rap came out, and the first rap band that came on the scene was Run DMC.
Okay.
Okay,
You know who that is?
I honestly
Yeah, no,
don't know
okay,
who that is.
Look it up. Look it up. They were like when they came on, and what was cool about Run DMC was, number one, it was very ethnic.
Right.
But it was good music.
Right.
Like if you like music, you fell in love with it.
Gotcha.
Because it had a rhythm, it had a cadence.
I feel like that was also kind of different at the time
Very
too,
different,
because
very
it
was
was always like rock. Rock was
Yeah.
big, and rap was like, well,
It was
what's
either
this?
rock or pop.
Yeah,
rock
yeah,
or pop.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like it was one of the two.
Yeah.
And then rap came out, and
a whole
it
new-
was and if you listen to it, it's actually pretty cool.
I kind of want to listen to that now.
Yeah, kind of see what it is.
Run DMC. You look it up. They're very like they were the original sneaker guys. They had the
Okay.
Adidas without the laces. They had the hoodies. They had the and they the music was great. The
Was
music
this like a 2, 3, 4 people? Like,
there was two.
oh, two, just two of
guys.
them? Okay.
And honestly, I can't remember.
That's not common now for
No,
like, rap.
no,
There's no,
no
band
no.
rappers.
That's the
like,
big
there's no-
difference between now and
Now
then
it's
too.
one
Yeah,
guy.
like, there was like NWA, and then there was like the Snoop Dogg. I forget the Snoop Dogg's group before.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, but anyways, it was more common back then to have like the groups, and now it's all more individual.
Yeah, it's
artists
super
and
individual
stuff
now.
like that.
Yeah, it is.
Super
It is. They
individual.
were like one was Run and the other one was DMC. Run DMC.
That's
anyway,
funny.
and I don't know the background of the story, but you can look it up. But anyway, and they came out. They made a big splash. Everybody was like, I either hate it or I love it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And then they did a collab with Aerosmith, which was.
I know Aerosmith.
Which is a rock band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, you definitely would
no,
not know
I don't know
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
And
You know
Aerosmith-
MGK and MGK.
MGK,
Yeah.
and Aerosmith comes out and you look up the tune Run DMC with Aerosmith Walk This Way.
Okay.
It made like it was just huge.
Yeah.
It launched them.
Because that was kind of like the first time. Even now, it's pretty rare where like hip hop and artists collide. Like
Sometimes.
yeah. But back then, that was probably wasn't
But
as common.
You know what it is? They do it more often than you think. It just doesn't work. It's just
Right.
not that okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes it just works.
Right.
And then it just gets big, right?
Exactly.
And anyway, they did it. It was like look up the video, look up the tune. You guys would love it. Anybody would love it.
Yeah.
It appeals to anybody in both genres.
I feel like this is like a paid advertisement here. You're fucking sponsored by them or something.
Anyway, and then but in regards to like music, if it's not rap, if it's like country, like even pop songs, like some things I like, sometimes I
You're
don't
into
like.
a little bit of country now.
I've always been.
Okay,
When I
but
was-
I think now you got who's that guy you've been listening to? Who's mentioned on the Rogan podcast?
Morgan Wallen.
No.
he's just coming up now. I wish I knew his name.
My guess would have been Morgan Wallen. But
No, it's not. It's
No,
not.
it's not that
I
mainstream.
know Morgan Wallen
yeah,
is, and
he's like the mainstream. Big.
like when I was a kid, and when I say kid, maybe when I was like in my late teens, it was Shania Twain.
Oh, okay.
She was.
But she was like.
She came onto the scene.
Yeah.
And she was Canadian.
Yeah, I know
And
who
she
that is.
was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
She
gonna
is.
say
She's still hot.
Yeah, she's still hot. Yeah.
She's still hot, and
Yeah.
and her sound was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And and so you asking me which one I like. I listen to everything.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, but I think you do have your favorites.
yeah.
Like-
Like if I had to, if like the famous question is, and you guys can't relate to albums, but once upon a time,
Why can't we relate to anything?
Well, because you guys don't buy.
I feel like
albums.
you just fucking.
No,
just,
we don't buy
you guys
albums.
don't buy
We do.
albums.
Yeah, he's right. We don't
You
go
don't-
to
you don't
HMV
buy-
anymore.
Yeah,
we
we
don't,
pay a subscription on Spotify that we get
Yes.
the albums,
Yeah.
but we're
Yeah.
not going to the store and buying the fucking
physical copy.
album.
Yeah.
That must have been
you
a cool
see,
town.
You see this Sting album?
Yes.
That's an album.
Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
know. I understand that.
vinyl?
I understand
Vinyl.
vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
we don't have-
What would you like me to do to understand that? There's nothing.
No, but I'm just saying the question is, you're on a desert island. What 3 albums you bring?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
So
what,
what
I
do you
mean?
bring?
Yeah.
And all 3 of them, honestly, are going to be rock.
Yeah.
Because I just want that. That's all I want to hear.
Okay.
But I will listen to just about anything.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Who are those? What are those albums? Let's hear the
albums?
albums.
Yeah.
Zeppelin 4.
Okay. So Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
The Wall, Pink Floyd,
Okay.
and third, Def Leppard, Hysteria.
Okay. I don't know the.
I know.
third-
I
don't know
the
third one.
hysteria. I like that.
Yeah.
Those are, that's like,
yeah.
That is as
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, those I would listen to those things over and over
Yeah.
and over. But
I'm sure those are all very massive albums.
you would know all the tunes on all the albums.
Yo,
Yeah.
you actually would like the only reason
Probably,
why I
yeah.
know them is because obviously he introduced me to
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
But like if you hear it, you
People on
you
the other
know
end
it.
thinking I'm stupid. How do you not know?
Yeah,
this?
you're probably like, you
how
fucking
the fuck do you
idiot.
not know
It's-
this?
This fucking guy.
It's just one of those. Music is the beautiful thing about music, and this is what I appreciate about the most is, it's just like it's timeless.
Yeah, I agree.
Like
Yeah.
there are tunes that, like for example, the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't bring up like Beatles for me are like one of the greatest bands ever, but I wouldn't bring it on a desert island.
Right.
But their music is still relevant today.
Oh, absolutely. They're known
right?
as the best of all time.
Right.
People put them in that category.
And so it's when and that's the beautiful thing about music is it's so transcending in time. You listen to it today,
Yeah.
and then 20 years from now, it makes you feel the same way.
Yeah.
It does not get old.
Yeah.
It just brings you back to a time you remember when you first heard it.
Yeah.
You remember moments in
Yep.
your life.
Yep.
There are tunes that just do that for you.
Yeah, it's the nostalgic feeling with music. That's why
some songs just bring back memories and
Absolutely.
all that shit.
Absolutely.
I feel that about like the fucking 2010s.
Yeah, and it's not even the me
like,
too.
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
we say like the throwback songs,
Yeah.
like for our generation,
Yeah.
and I feel that, and it's not even that long ago.
Dude, I heard like California Girls by Katy Perry the other day. I'm like, oh man, like fuck. I remember the days. Like this was like
That was your shit?
No,
That was California Girls was your
I'm just
shit.
saying it was like, oh fuck, like I remember listening
It
to
was
this
a
back.
good tune.
That's a
I'm
big-
not gonna say I
I'm
didn't
not
like
knocking
it.
No,
it, but
I didn't like it. I'm
Okay,
just
well,
saying.
what did it bring
It
back?
was just something about like, oh fuck, like this is like old music. Oh
Okay.
man, like that time
All
of
right.
like Katy Perry being big and like, you know, all those
That was good cover
similar.
up. That was good cover up. That was good cover up. Yeah, good backtracking there. Good backtracking.
The first tune that you came up with was "California Girls" by Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Okay. I you know what? I think I know you. I know you a little better now.
Yeah, like
I know you a little better now, and that's
Oh,
okay.
dude.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so funny. That's so
I
funny.
got a question though. So, in to connect the music part that you were just saying about it being timeless and it's always never going to change a memory, good or bad, about that song. How do you compare that to today's day and age? Because you hear so much now. Like I feel like the music now won't be as timeless as the music back then because there's so much more involved with technology and AI that people are like posting like fake like Drake songs that are made by AI with his voice. So obviously these artists have access to write lyrics with AI and use all this technology and auto-tune and stuff like that. That kind of takes away from like the original music creation with, you know, the guitar, the drums and all the instruments and like the background singing, all that shit. Like nowadays, do you think that it's gonna be as timeless as it was back then?
You know, listen, it's a fair question. How I would answer that is, even back in my time, there were auto-tuners. There were very, let's say, artificial or fake, and it still resonates in some way.
Okay, but
Right?
what about the lead singer of Guns N' Roses, Axl
Rose.
Axl Rose? He used to sing that crazy, the Welcome to the Jungle,
Yeah.
that intro.
Yeah.
That was 4 years before autotune was fucking made.
Right.
Dude, it doesn't even sound like his voice is real.
Yeah, I know.
Like, where do you find that now?
Well, okay. Well, listen, and I will tell you that you have to if you probably listen to a lot of the same type of music. I know what you listen to.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. And you tend to gravitate towards rap more than anything.
I don't know about rap.
You listen to some of the stuff that
Back then you did.
You like
Back
you
then,
like
yeah.
some old school rock. You like some new rock. You like some grunge rock. But you do love your rap and
Right.
you love and all that.
Okay,
right?
but what are you considering rap? Like John Summit? That's not rap.
No, that's not. I didn't say John
I
Summit.
think
Oh,
our
no.
generation,
No, I'm
the
talk-
way their generation grew up on rock, I feel like our generation was rap.
Yeah,
I
think
agree.
that's just what it is.
Yeah,
I
Like,
agree,
we
but I
grew
don't
up-
listen. I don't listen
Yeah.
to rap like I used to.
No, but I just feel like when we were growing up, it was rap.
Yeah, it was.
That was
It
like
was.
Drake was
Yeah.
coming up, Lil
Yeah.
Wayne was coming
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Eminem was kind of just falling off, but he was still like that was like, oh my god, these guys are all good, and obviously the other rappers and stuff like that. But I feel like that was kind of our generation for that and
music
stuff like that.
Okay, so music has when it's big and influential on a generation.
Yeah,
it's hard to define. It's
Absolutely.
It's just one of those things that you grow up that summer, and it's on the radio all the time.
Yeah.
Or you're listening it
Yeah,
on
there's no getting away from it.
There's no way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And today you're not waiting for it to come on the radio, right? You're just on Spotify or
Yeah, it
whatever.
drops at 12 a.m.
And
Yeah.
but you're putting it on
Yeah.
because you want to hear it, right? And there are artists that do that for you, and then there are others that after 2 weeks you're done with it,
Yeah.
right? And when the next summer rolls on, and you play that tune, that's what it becomes. It just becomes an iconic thing in your life,
Yeah.
in the culture at that time, and like it becomes it has that ability. But which ones are there? There's never been so much music produced than when I was a kid.
Yeah.
There's more ever than
because it's easier.
Yes.
It's easier.
I do think
Let's
it
just
does take less
call a spade a
talent.
spade. It's easier.
Right.
It's way easier to produce music.
And once in a while, someone just produces something that is so.
And it blows up through
Yeah.
all this social media. It just fucking blows up. And like John Summit had a fucking 24-hour on top of the world fucking moment.
Yeah.
Maybe not exactly 24 hours.
talking
but it was
about that
fast.
song?
Yeah, like dude.
One
And
hit,
the only
one
way-
hit wonder.
Man.
And the only way you're gonna know that that's what it is when you're my age, because
Yeah.
you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, fair.
You don't know when it's happening.
Yeah, it's so weird to think about it like that.
right.
Yeah.
Because I told you one of the albums is Def Leppard Hysteria.
Yeah.
They were big for 2 summers. And
really?
then they disappeared.
See, I didn't know that.
No, but they were around, but they weren't big.
Yeah.
2 summers they
But
were
there also
just.
wasn't TikTok and Instagram and
It doesn't
shit.
matter. It doesn't matter because you got a hold of it, you copied it.
Yeah.
You like we had cassettes, we had CDs, we had ways of getting it, and we played it. And then
Someone bigger probably
now here
came
I am.
out at the
like
time.
when I was 19, that thing was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
I'm 53.
Yeah.
And you look at my Spotify, whatever, the year-end review thing.
Yeah.
It's one of my top
Still.
albums still playing
Wow. I gotta
because I
listen to
still listen to it.
Yeah.
And you'll know in 20 years. And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it's
And,
scary to think about.
well, that's the only way to define it.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna go away.
Exactly. Yeah.
It doesn't go away.
It's
So how do
nostalgia.
you correspond that with so in my opinion, I think music production has gotten easier and it wasn't as good and original as back then.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, I think it's the opposite for athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I think people now are just triple the amount as the athleticism has gone through the roof since back then. I think Wayne Gretzky is the best of all time, but I don't think he was nowhere near to as good as Connor McDavid
Right.
on a skill level, speed wise. And there's technology in skates. Yes, there's technology in all the equipment and all that stuff. I get that part, but I'm just saying straight up athleticism.
Yeah.
Even in basketball, you look at a guy like LeBron. He's so he has so many aspects to his game, and it's just way more athletics. Even in the UFC, now you have to do every single thing that corresponds with the MMA plus wrestling, and it's things have changed, and I think people have just gotten way more athletic. I don't know how
Okay,
it compares to back then, but
Okay, I'll answer it this way, and this is my take. It doesn't mean it's right. It's just my opinion. But I look at it as it's not that people are more athletic. Okay, so when I grew up, Wayne Gretzky was the guy. Michael Jordan, Joe Montana in the NFL. In tennis, I remember we used to watch a lot of tennis. Andre Agassi was a big deal. Anyway, and why am I bringing them up? So Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky were phenoms. Okay,
Which they still are.
yeah,
Still.
yeah,
Debated-
yeah.
They actually are
Yeah,
the
the
GOATs.
GOATs.
And
I agree.
So if you look at Wayne Gretzky's interviews and what have you, he grew up watching Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. He was a
Gordie
big
Howe
guy.
was a phenomenal hockey player, but he was not Wayne Gretzky.
No.
Now, he was one of those guys. Know what he was famous for? He was famous for he had the trifecta in hockey. He had the penalty minutes, the goals, and the assists.
Yeah.
Right?
Or was the fights, or just
Penalty minutes was a
Fight,
fight.
yeah.
So it tied. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So and that's what made him. He was just one of those grinders.
Yeah.
And was he
he'd
a
score.
prolific goal scorer? Yeah, he scored a few.
But he'll get down and dirty.
Yeah. He was the
the
tough
Gordie
guy.
Howe hat
And
trick is what they said.
That's what it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Gordie
Right?
Howe hat trick.
So this kid from Brantford, Ontario, saw this guy and he just mimicked he inspired him to be a better hockey player.
Right.
And you know, and he just played the game to be better than Gordie Howe.
Howe.
That's
Yeah,
all.
exactly.
Okay? And he played his game.
Yeah, because that's what the bar was.
That's what's the bar.
Exactly. Gordie Howe.
Gordie Howe.
Just be better than Gordie
That's
Howe.
it.
And yeah, exactly.
That's it.
the
And
bar-
he played with Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
Because Gordie Howe played
Yeah.
he played 4 generations, so 40 years of hockey.
Yeah, that's
Which is crazy.
That's a long
It's
time.
unheard of.
Yeah.
Right? So now, Sid the Kid comes up,
Mm-hmm.
right? And of course, he looks at Wayne Gretzky
Yep.
and
Mario Lemieux too.
Mary Lemieux and
Yeah.
other guys,
Yeah.
right? And you say, oh, well, he's more athletic. That's why he's better.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. No. Wayne inspired him to be better.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
How am I going to be
I'm
Wayne?
not saying.
How am I
okay,
going to be Wayne?
Yeah.
Well, I got to be better. So the next generation,
Just
what
trying to be
happened-
better.
In
Yeah.
human
Okay.
nature,
Yeah.
human nature is, hey man, that guy was great. I'm going to be
better.
better.
Okay, I
Exactly.
got you. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
So
And-
you're just
and-
saying the bar is here and they always want to go
It
past
will
the bar.
always
Absolutely.
be
Get better and better.
It gets better and better. When you're my age,
Right.
there will be a basketball player that comes and makes James look like nothing.
I
Yeah.
100%
And you're gonna have
agree
the
with
same
that.
stupid
100%
conversation
agree. I
on-
No, no, no.
100% agree
And
with
I-
that.
but that's perfect.
McDavid's the bar for now.
Yes.
He's starving, and then 10 years down the line, maybe less, there's going to be a guy who sets another bar.
Yes.
And back to exactly
get
what you
that.
said, because the technology
Yes.
keeps going
All
up.
of it.
Everything.
The sticks
But
keep going
it's always gonna
everything.
get better.
Exactly. So as
Right?
that gets better, we get better. Or
Yes.
everyone gets better.
because
right?
even think about it from this perspective. You have athletes, and then you have companies producing equipment
Yep.
and producing programs
With the
and
newest technology.
and they're saying, okay, well, the equipment was better. I'm going to make a better
Yeah.
program, a better
Yep.
machine, a better athlete. I'm going to contribute.
Everyone's competing.
Right?
Yeah.
So everybody's raising the bar at the same
Yeah,
time.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, hold up though. I just want to close out that whole point there.
Yeah.
You guys are saying that athletes are raising the bar and it's getting better and better.
Yep.
My thing was that artists aren't getting better and better. I think that music will never be topped, and athletes are getting better and better, but the artists and bands nowadays aren't what they were back then. Now, do I listen to back then music and nowadays the whole, new gen stuff? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I appreciate the production and the
Yeah.
quality, the original music back then, how it's not going to ever be what it was.
Right.
Axl Rose with no auto-tune.
Yeah.
But the McDavids, from Sidney Crosby to McDavid, from Mario Lemieux to, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's evolving, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think music is.
It's fair. Listen, it's your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
of course.
honestly,
Yeah.
you sound like an old man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're,
Yeah, you do. That'd be
just
coming
saying.
from him.
No, I
that's what I should say.
Yeah, that's what you should be saying.
It's just too much AI shit.
I'm just saying, you don't know until time will pass because,
Yeah.
there's so many different artists out there today that, like, you would know better than me, both of you.
Yeah.
And some of them are just gonna surprise you.
Yep.
And some of them are gonna disappear and they're gonna shock you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, fair.
And it's just really, like, if you would have asked me when I was 19, hey, is Def Leppard going to be one of those bands? I go, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
love them right now.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Who knows where they're going to be?
Like,
yeah,
like
Exactly,
who the fuck knows?
Because there's always someone better that comes
Right.
out, right?
And if you ask 10 people if that band is, let's say, one of the top 10 of all time,
Yeah.
they'll tell you you're crazy.
Yeah.
But for me, they are.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah, well,
brings-
it's your opinion.
Music is preference.
Yeah,
That's
of
literally
course.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So briefly, let's touch into hockey. We know you're a hockey fan. We know you're a sports fan. Boston Bruins being your NHL team of choice.
Yeah.
Ironic. We have another Bruins fan here. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But just we want to know if, let's say hypothetically, the Leafs do it.
Right.
Okay. Obviously, we know the rivals between the Bruins and the Leafs. If the Leafs end up somehow, we all know it might not ever happen,
don't
but if
think
they
so.
do it, are you going to be happy for the Leafs to bring home a Stanley Cup? If it does happen.
Listen, I would be happy for any team to win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And especially a team like the Leafs that, like it's so hockey crazed, the city.
Place you're from too.
Yeah, it's my hometown.
Yeah.
The Leafs, the Leafs fans here are like the craziest in the league.
Absolutely.
And the city would erupt.
Absolutely.
It would erupt. And you know what? I wish everybody had the fortune of the Boston Bruins of being a championship city. And I wish that on everybody.
Yeah.
It's like saying, there are two people in life.
Yeah.
Some people wish, when they see you succeeding, they're like, fuck him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they secretly wish your demise.
Yes.
And then the other
Yes.
guy's
Pray
like,
for your
man, I'm
downfall."
happy for you.
Yes.
Because you know what? You did good on you.
That's what Leaf fans need to ask themselves. Are they mad at the winning or are they mad at the team? I feel like there's a little bit of jealousy with the Bruins too. That could be it too. Like the Bruins win, they're a winning franchise. We're not. And that's the other thing about it.
The Leafs, it's one of those things, man, they've been so close.
Yeah, they have
They've
been.
been so close. I could tell you, like I remember in 1993, the last time they made a run to the conference final.
Now you sound old.
But that was the last time.
Yeah.
Like they had a great team, and they went to the conference final. Funny enough, against Gretzky, and they lost to Gretzky, and they were really close.
Yeah. That's all we were.
Yeah.
That's all we were.
And you know what? Even though
Really
my
close.
Bruins were out that year, I would have
You were going for them.
Yeah, we used to go to bars, used
There
to
we
watch
go.
the game,
Yeah.
and we used to be like, okay, listen, when my buddies used to jump up when they
Yeah.
scored, I didn't jump up.
But you're
That's
like,
the truth.
You're like a little.
I'm like, okay.
That's the moment he
That's-
takes a sip of beer.
Yeah. But like to see like when the Raptors won in 2019.
Oh man.
And to see the city come alive like
Beautiful.
that.
That
like,
was sick.
Everybody
Yeah.
deserves that.
Absolutely.
Every city deserves a championship at some point.
Now imagine if that was the Leafs.
Oh
right?
my God, it'd be,
it'd
Yeah,
be crazy.
right?
it'd be
Like,
crazy. It would
Yeah.
be crazy. And I wish that they win. I hope that they win because, I'm not that guy that
Right.
to wish anybody's demise. But they got a lot of work. They got a lot of work.
They do have a lot.
They got
of
a lot of work.
Yeah.
And but you know what? You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
You know what though? It's good to see that. Obviously with the success that Boston has and stuff like that. Like I am a Leafs fan. I'm not a Leaf fan like fully. I am a Capitals fan, but I do like to see the Leafs win. Same thing. If the Capitals go out, I'm cheering for the Leafs, and that's something I was telling Loretto. Like he hates the Leafs.
No, hold up, though.
No. Let's call it what it is. No. He's a absolute hater.
No.
When the Leafs
no.
lose, he's oh man,
No,
I can't
no.
wait.
No,
You
no.
know?
He hates the fans.
He hates the fans.
I
yes.
hate the fan. I do
Yes.
not hate the team.
Well, you hate Matthews.
I think he's a pussy.
I think he's a pussy too. Yeah.
Matthews.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
He
No,
won't
he's
win.
not. He's
I
not
do
win.
not
Yeah,
hate the
yeah.
He
Leafs.
won't
I do
win.
not hate the Toronto
Okay.
Maple Leafs. I hate all the stupid diehard fans that they're in your like. Imagine me growing up. Okay,
Uh-huh.
how many times the Leafs have played the Bruins in the playoffs
Yep.
and the awesome Game 7s that we've played against each other. I was the guy that people fucking hated to see because I was wearing a
Yeah.
Bruins jersey.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
You know what his first jersey was?
Man, probably.
Sundin.
yeah,
Oh.
it was.
Matt Sundin.
Wow.
Matt
Yeah,
Sundin.
it didn't
you were
last
born-
long.
He was
was
going
born
to
in a Leafs
school.
jersey.
He was going to school, and I was a hockey fan.
Yeah.
All of his buddies are hockey. Hockey's big, right?
absolutely.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he came up to me and he goes, "Could I have a Leafs jersey?" Because he thought I would get upset.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
said, "Dude, you can have whatever jersey you want."
That's so funny.
I said, "You can have whatever jersey you
trying
want."
to fit
I go,
in, man.
I go, you don't have to
Yeah.
follow the Bruins.
You just
I go, you be
exposed
you.
me.
Yeah.
I bought him a jersey. I said, wear it. He wore it to
Wow.
school. He
So
wore it
you're
to school.
actually a day one Leaf fan.
Well, I wouldn't say fan. I think I just didn't want to get bullied.
Yeah.
Like I was a young kid. I wanted to wear a
Wanted
Leafs
to
shirt.
fit in with the
I was
Leafs, yeah.
fitting in.
And
Like,
then
I
at
was
some
cool.
point he changed his mind.
Yeah.
He changed his mind.
So if you're a fan, so you're just not a fan of the fan base. You
I
don't
just
like the fan
hate
base.
the fan base.
So-
and I don't use the word hate much, but I do.
So
like,
if they end up hypothetically down the line winning, are you? No, fan base aside, are you happy for them
Yeah.
as a franchise?
yes.
Okay.
Dude,
All right.
I see what they go through. Bruins have caused half the trauma. Now
Oh
the
my
Panthers
God,
are
we have
causing the more
PTSD
trauma.
from
But
that team.
Listen, I would honestly I think it would be a weight off the city's shoulders. And
Wow, okay.
I honestly think if they win, I know at the beginning the Leaf fans will be worse, but
Oh, you're the one
I
at the
think
end of
it would actually make them a little bit less
we need one.
crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will go out on a limb and I'll tell you this: they will not win with Matthews.
No,
They
I
have to,
agree.
and they have to come to a point. That's just an opinion.
Yep.
I might be way off, but my opinion, he's going to be one of those players
Yep.
that never wins because he doesn't show. I've
agree.
seen it before, and like every sport's got him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they just some guys are really talented.
Yep.
But when it comes to that
Moment.
that moment
A
where
moment.
you rise above, he doesn't have it.
And-
And he is not a leader. He's not a leader.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be the captain. So for them to win, my opinion, he has to be moved.
Yep.
But
And hey, we see it time and time again. The moment's there for him.
Listen,
time and time
dude,
again.
it's you can't. No one could even say that it's the Toronto media, it's the Toronto team, this and that. He was on the Four Nations team.
Yeah.
The captain
Yeah.
of the USA
Yeah.
did nothing.
did fucking nothing. In fact, he caused the
Yeah.
game-winning goal.
yeah.
He
don't
caused,
remember that.
Yeah, he
he
choked
did.
up the puck in the
was
corner.
supposed to be on
Marner
McDavid.
grabbed it,
I
and then
forgot
he,
about that.
he left McDavid wide open.
Yeah.
Marner banged
And that was it.
McDavid.
That was it.
Game
That
over.
was the game over.
Well, anyway, hey, listen, time will tell.
Yeah. So let's dive into a little bit of the UFC quick. We know STC's partnered with the UFC and stuff like that. In terms of fights and like the fantasy fights, everyone likes to have their fantasy takes of fights, whether it's different weight divisions and stuff like that. Is there any fight that you would like to see happen in the near future that you maybe have a favorite fighter or anything like that?
So I'll be honest. I am not the biggest UFC fan.
Got you.
In the sense, I love the whole concept.
Yeah.
What do they refer to the sport as?
Mortal Kombat, MMA,
Casual?
No,
UFC casual?
mixed martial arts,
It's not. It's a anyway.
combat.
Ultimate
Combat
fight-
sports.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. So, I love combat sports.
Yeah.
I love boxing. I love wrestling. All of it. Okay, but I can't say that I know it well enough to tell you who's coming up.
Yeah.
And who's to watch out for.
Exactly.
So like I just love the whole the violence of it.
Yeah.
And that's what appeals
Beautiful.
to most.
No, it is.
Right.
It really is. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like when I was a kid, it was all about boxing.
Yeah.
Now it's UFC.
Yeah.
And I just if I had to pick a fighter, and this is like the most generic thing to say, what's the English kid?
Patty Pimblett. Yeah, he
Pim-
likes
Patty
he likes
Pimblett.
Patty.
Love that
Patty
guy.
Yeah, he
Pimblett,
loves
yeah.
Patty.
Love that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he loves
He's an
Patty.
entertainer, man.
Watched
an
him
entertainer.
fight, and he was hardly touched.
Yeah, he's coming up.
Yeah.
He's coming up.
His fight should be announced soon.
Yeah.
should
Well, I
be.
know
I
he
do
wanted
like
to
that
fight.
guy.
He wanted to fight. Are these fighting Ilya?
He's not getting it.
Yeah.
Ilya. I think he'll get Gaethje. That's what
Justin
I think
Gaethje?
he'll
Yeah,
get.
that'd be a
That's
good fight.
Yeah, it would
That's a
be. But
vet.
Gaethje's like he wants a title fight and that, but that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But I wish I knew more about it. And to be honest, these days I honestly don't pay attention to sport as much as I used to.
Absolutely.
But I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but I'll go to an event, and the live sports are always fun to go to. And
Yeah.
so that's it.
I think everybody wants to see McGregor come back though,
Yeah.
just for the shits. I know
Yeah.
he's not what he was, but I'd like to see him fight again, even if he gets fucking knocked out. I just think he brings
running
that
for
hype.
president.
Yeah, did you hear about
I know
that?
He's running
Yeah.
for fucking
Yeah, I
president.
don't know if
The guy's
he's
such a fucking
I
disaster.
don't
He is
know
a
if
disaster.
I
He's
don't
a
know if
disaster.
He's gonna fight. He kind of just go through like little phases, like where he's like,
Yeah,
you know
I
what?
don't know. I don't know.
But
Ilya, Loretto put me on to Ilya. Obviously, he's been coming up. We were in Vegas.
He's
Just
amazing.
happened to be beside him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
playing blackjack.
And he goes, "What do you mean you don't know who Ilya?" And then we started looking him up.
Bro,
and
we were literally sitting at like the blackjack
Yeah.
table. The table beside us was Ilya Taporia, like playing blackjack
Yeah,
with like these
fuck.
two
Was he
giant
playing
bodyguards.
blackjack too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was
Yeah,
playing.
yeah.
He was
Nice.
playing with bodyguards,
Nice.
like just
Yeah,
in
yeah.
public. Like,
yeah.
It's funny he has bodyguards.
Yeah,
he is
I
the
know.
bodyguard.
Yeah.
And I after that trip, I caught the Rogan interview with him,
yeah.
and I thought it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
you told me to listen
Yeah,
to it.
Yeah, he's a
It
great
was-
talker.
Yeah, no, he was,
And he's
he
really
was
smart.
very well spoken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you just you keep an eye, like he's a guy to watch out for too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's grew up. He loves McGregor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was his kind
yeah.
of.
People say he's he tries to be him.
Yeah, but obviously, like when you're
He
you're
doesn't
McGregor.
shit talk though.
No. He's very to
Polite.
himself.
He's a humble shit talker. Like, yeah.
Yeah, well,
He'll take jabs, but nothing like McGregor level.
But he's the next star right now.
He
like,
is
that's
the star.
Well, I'm just saying, like he hasn't gone to that level, obviously, where McGregor is, which I don't think anyone will. But if there's anyone that has
close.
a chance, it probably will be Ilya in that sense. But so obviously, we want to talk a little bit about why we're here at Skilled Trades College itself.
Sure.
So just maybe if people don't know or anything like that, maybe people are new or to the whole college or that whole website aspect of it and stuff like that. With Skilled Trades College, what makes it different from other colleges or courses or anything like that as opposed to STC? What's the difference between the two?
The biggest difference is we are the only school that has boots on the ground.
Right.
There isn't another training or educational space that does what we do, in the sense of you go to university, right, and you take a business program, right? Elon Musk is not teaching that class.
No, he's not.
Right, or a Elon Musk type that, hey man, I know what to do.
Yeah.
I've done it. And by the way, I still do it.
Yeah.
Right? I'm current in the market space and I know what I'm doing. Right? You go to college, same thing.
Right.
Right? And there's other trade schools and people come in and they say, I'm shopping. I'm just wondering, what's the difference between you and community college or whatever? And I never shit talk another college because you don't do that.
Absolutely,
Everybody does something well.
Right.
Right? But what nobody does is we are contractors. We have been. We always will be. And we are current in the market space. So we know what it takes to be successful.
Yeah.
We are connected. We are always striving to be better than yesterday, because as a contractor, if you fuck up a job, right? You finish the job and you finish it and you fix what you fuck up.
Right.
Okay? You're only as good as your last job.
Right.
So if you have that mentality and you put it into the training space, so not only are you teaching them to be resilient and just, let's say current and always chasing the latest technology, meeting new people, pushing the envelope, being better than you were yesterday, right? Then you're not doing your job.
Yeah.
You're not.
Yeah.
And there's a saying that you may have heard: those that can't do, teach. Right?
Exactly.
Well, we defy that because we still do, and we fucking teach.
Yeah.
And if you look at my training space, 18 years ago, we started this thing in 2007, and my labs were the size of a closet, and I was really proud of them, and I got pictures, and I loved it, and we did a great job. 18 years later, they're not closets.
Yeah.
We've evolved into a bigger, better, and we keep pushing the envelope.
Absolutely.
And they don't. They don't. Loretto just did an apprenticeship with electrical.
Yeah.
And the program that he took, I took 30 years ago.
It's the same carbon copy. Yeah.
Fucking program.
Yeah.
And you know what? They don't change because they don't have to change.
Exactly.
But we change, and that's why we're private. Because I don't want to work with the government.
Yeah.
I want to stay private because the government's not going to tell me how to manage my program.
Yeah.
And we're going to push our program and the costs that go along with it, and you're going to get more out of it.
Right.
And we're producing the next stars of the next generation.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And also the program length is actually a bit shorter than what it would be at
A lot shorter.
At your normal college or anything like
Let's
that.
put it this way. The average community college, let's say electrical techniques.
Right.
it was in some colleges a 3-year program and most a 2-year program. Since we've come on the scene and we've taken market share and showed them a thing or two, they've reduced their programs to 1 year.
Wow.
Wow, we're influencing community
Impact.
colleges.
Yeah.
Right? They actually change because they go, why aren't we doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
Because they can't deliver a program that's 3 months because it doesn't fit their model.
Right.
But they could do 1 year, and they've changed it to 1 year.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Something's working.
Yeah.
Something's working.
Something's
And-
Someone's watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on top of that, sorry, I just cut you off, but I'm saying on top of that, they're not doing the hands-on
Not even close.
aspect of like.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah,
Not
it's,
even close.
It's huge, right?
Yeah. Not even close.
Yeah, no, the school that I went to that you were saying for my apprenticeship was to get my license. Like
Right.
that's mandated by like the what is it, the
Ministry of Training.
the ministry, yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go to that. It wasn't like I went to a different school, but the level 1, 2, and 3, you have to do that in electrical,
Yeah.
plumbing, and HVAC.
Right.
To get your
But
license.
what I'm saying is I did that same one.
Yeah, it hasn't
Yeah.
changed. It's
Has
the
not
same.
changed.
It's actually the exact same content. Like the teachers would even tell
It's
us,
the
like,
same equipment.
yeah, it's the same.
It's the
shit.
same lab.
It's the same fucking
Yeah.
shit.
It's the same thing.
It's insane.
And-
Yeah.
And you know what's funny about all of that is these people go in, they do the 1 year, and they come out and they don't know fucking shit. There's the difference between reading it
Yeah.
and doing it.
Right.
My dad myself, he's been a plumber for since he was in the womb, basically. That guy's been doing plumbing. And he's worked with guys who've done their apprenticeships at Humber or whatever. 2 years, whatever it is, come out and they don't know how to hold a fucking pair of pliers. And that's what it is, right? It's you can teach the textbook all you want, but they don't know how to hold a pair of pliers, they don't know how to hold a hammer.
Right.
And that's I think that's the huge kind of difference between the two is getting people used to the tools aspect, working with their hands and putting them in the environment with, you know, if they're with electricians or with electricians, putting them in that field because it is a culture shock. You're in a classroom for 1 year. They haven't even put on their boots yet. They don't even know what steel toes are yet.
Yeah.
And then you go and put them on a site, and it's what the fuck do I do? Right? It's a whole different culture change.
People are yelling.
Yeah.
Don't know what the fuck to do with yourself.
Yeah. Smoke. What the fuck's a smoke break?
Yeah.
You know, you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, man. Really appreciate it.
This has been fun.
Yeah, we'll definitely see you again around here, as we are in your space. But
Yeah.
thanks for coming on.
Is there any upcoming projects you have with Skilled Trades College, maybe on the works that you might want to hint at or kind of give a clue at, or maybe going anywhere you plan on down that line?
Yeah, you know what? There is. We are growing.
Yeah.
Obviously, in Ontario, there's still room to grow. We do want to expand across Canada, but our first goal is to break the U.S. market. Gotcha. So in 2026, probably by the second quarter, we will be in the U.S. market, and we're going to show the Americans how to do it too.
How to get it done right.
Everything, yeah. Break the break talk. Yeah. Break the break talk.